Hi everyone, and thanks so much for watching today. After attending the January and the June Dallas markets, I've discovered just how popular 4 and 5 inch ribbon has become. So I am now offering a set of 5 inch fingers for purchase on my website, so you too can enjoy all of this gorgeous ribbon. There are 17 fingers in a set. That's 14 for the hand and 3 for the spool holders, and they retail for $5.99 on the website. So you make sure to order yours today so you can enjoy all of these new gorgeous 4 and 5 inch ribbon like you see here that's now out on the market. Also, with this video, I want you to see just how different a bow you can get in just finger placement and ribbon size. This bow that you see here was made with 2.5 inch ribbon. I've already made a video for this little bow. It's a wonderful little bow, looks great on wreaths, and this was made on row C. So this is 2.5 inch ribbon made on row C. The video that I'm going to do today is going to be made with this gorgeous, very thick, very heavy velvet ribbon. This is a 4 inch ribbon. As you can see that it is very thick, but you'll see just how easy it is to use this kind of ribbon that is now available and make gorgeous, great big bows for bigger door surrounds, bigger trees, bigger wreaths. Everybody's having all these big homes with the 10 and the 12 foot ceilings, so this is just so popular now. So we'll be making this bow today using the 5 inch fingers that are now available for the hand. The bow recipe for this gorgeous Christmas bow is large hand, center finger. Now note, because this is different than it normally is, center finger is going to be on row D. You want that smaller center so it's on a different row. So that's row D where you'll place your center finger, but your other fingers will be on row E. Also, we're going to skip the number 1 finger. We're going to go to the number 2. So it's going to be fingers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 right, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 left. Also, that's more of a distance, and it's going to give that difference between your loops and then that smaller center, which just creates the look of this particular bow. So anyway, that's the bow recipe, and let's begin. Always pinch your ribbon 1/2 inch from the end. And now I'm saying this now in all of my videos, I'm saying this a little different than I did in the beginning. Always hold, it's just a little easier I find this way. Once you've pinched your ribbon about 1/2 inch from the end, hold it in your left hand. And then come from behind with your wire. As you can see, it can just slip right there, right under your finger. And you can just hold it quite easy, very, very easily. And so then you can just take this from the top, just come around. It's just a tad bit quicker, just a little bit easier, and then you end up with your half of your wire up, half of your wire down, and that little twist is to the back right where you want it. See how you have that little twist? It ends up in the back just how you want it. So that's just how I begin now. Always approach from the back and hold with your left hand. It just is just a little bit easier that way. Okay, then always approaching from the bottom and then coming around center finger. Always come up base finger, half of the width of your ribbon. If you don't do that, if you put this way down here, your bow would be very lopsided. So you'll come up half of the width of your ribbon. take that piece of wire, pull it up, and then start going around. The reason why you want to pull up and then go around, if you pulled it down here, then your piece of wire would be covered by your ribbon as you were proceeding to make your bow, and it'd be very difficult to get it off at the end. So you pull up and then start turning around. Also, this is a 26 gauge wire. I like this wire because it's very pliable. It just twists around real easy, as you can see there, and it helps hold the ribbon in place. This is securing the ribbon to the hand and getting that piece of wire out of your way for now. Then the next thing you do, of course, is go around that little nail once or twice. That's enough. You want to get that off very quickly at the end. So now our center loop is made. Our next step is you want to do the bottoms up movement. That means bottom edge of ribbon. You want to twist. Of course, in bow making, it's all about the twist. That applies here, but you always want to twist from that bottom edge. So here we go. We're going to pinch. I'm pinching down with my left hand. As you can see, I'm using my right hand, getting the bottom edge of the ribbon, and I'm just twisting. Just twisting. And then this movement is just a little glide along the ribbon, and just put it over that finger. Now, just pull some around. There's the bottom edge of your ribbon. Pushing down now with my right hand, and I'll be twisting, doing the bottoms up movement with this hand. It's just a back and forth movement. So, bottoms up. This is very, very thick, heavy ribbon, so if you just take just a little moment, extra time right here at your twist, whenever you're doing, see, there's your bottom edge of your ribbon, you're going to push down with this hand, twist with this, twist up with this hand. Just make a little extra time. You can even pull it aside if you want. You can twist it and then do your bottoms up movement. Give yourself a nice little tight twist there. It'll just make your bow open up very nicely at the end. So then go over your finger, pull down snugly, and here we go. Bottom edge, pinch down, make a nice pretty little twist. If you would do like this, then your loop wouldn't open pretty. You want a nice pretty pinch, kind of get it all in there very nicely. Make your twist. There's your bottom up movement. Over we go. Pull down snugly. See how easy? So very easy. Anyone can make a bow like a pro with the hand. And you just continue. Bottoms up, bottom edge of ribbon. That's what I mean by that. Bring the bottom edge up. Go over the next finger. It's just that simple. This would be almost impossible to make by hand. To hold this much ribbon in your hand would surely be cramping by now. So here we are, bottom edge of ribbon, pinch down, and just turn. Make your little twist, bring it up. That's the bottoms up movement. Bottoms up, pull down snugly, and here we go. Bottoms up, bottom edge of ribbon, bottoms up. Also, the reason why you always want to do that bottoms up movement is because you see this little half twist that always starts on the right. But if you do that bottoms up movement every time, turning from the bottom edge, bring the bottom up, it will keep, you see what happens here? You'll see that now. Pull down snugly. You'll see that your hand to spool ribbon stays straight. There's never a twist, no spools rolling all over the floor. Isn't that wonderful? Also, you can let go at any time if a customer comes in, or like I say, if the phone rings or the babies cry, go tend to that, because Probo is holding all of your work for you. You can let go at any time. A miracle. So here we go. We're ready to start again. We want to do that bottoms up movement, so we'll have no twists in our ribbon. And here we go, over our final finger, and then one more, bottoms up, I got asked the other day in Dallas whenever I was demoing why I do this. It's just a habit. I don't know why I do it. I just do. Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. But I just do seem to have that habit. I just held it like that for that moment. But you'll see as you use it, you'll pick up some different little hand movements yourself. You don't have to do that. That just seems to be kind of a little habit that I have. But anyway, I just did it again. I was asked that in Dallas. So now let's finish. So you're going to finish with bottoms up because you want your tails facing up. And then now we're going to go back and get that little piece of wire. And so you see now why I wanted to pull it up, because it's just right there. Very easy for me to get. And then I'm going to pop that off of the little nail at the bottom. You'll see now why you only want to go around once or twice, because you want to get that off very easily at the end and wire it off. Now, isn't that easy? And that's all there is to it. And now we just want to pull this up, get it off of the hand, get it off of those little fingers. Isn't it wonderful that those fingers have been holding all of this ribbon for you instead of the fingers on your hand? Because surely with a bow this big, if you had made this by hand, this is the position you would now be in, and your hand would be hurting very, very bad if you could hold it at all. So Pro Bow the hand just makes it so easy to make bows like a pro every time. So now let's fluff. So now I'm going to fluff my bow. If you've seen my other videos, you'll see I always do it on my box. I just like to do it that way. This is a wooden box full of sand. It's very heavy, keeps things from moving around very much on me. You might want to make yourself one, because you'll see it just makes it so easy to fluff bows. This is just a little cup hook, and I cut that little end off with a nail. So what I do is I just slide my wire under the cup hook and come around the little nail, and there you can see how I did that. So I just slid it under the cup hook and then just put my little wire right here. It just is out of my way for now, but I can slip that off just so easy at the end. So here we go. With this type of bow, all you do is, it's not like fluffing a great big bow. You just kind of move your loops around where you want them to be. So on this type of bow, this is just how I do it every time. This is just the positions that I like. So I put the smallest one up, and then down, and then up, kind of between that, then kind of leave this one in the middle, and then I pull the biggest loop down. And that's just the position that I like, and it just gives the look that I like. Of course, you can experiment and kind of play around with this yourself. Also here I've cut my tail, and I want that to hang down, so I'm going to pull it right there. So now I've placed that, and all I have to do is just kind of open it a little bit, and that's all there is to this bow. And this is a great bow for wreaths, especially if you're going to have a wreath when it's maybe just a bow and some berries, not just a great big wreath with all other kind of decorations on it. This is just a great bow. I'll tell you another thing, especially like whenever you're having a lot of wreaths across the front of a house, and it's just a lot of wreaths with bows. This is a beautiful bow for that application, so you might consider this particular bow for that. So here we go. I like to place this side exactly like that. This is my smallest loop, and there it is. So I'm going to put it there to match that side. And then this one will match this. So I just kind of place them. Here's the largest one. Let me get it out the way. I'll just pull it down. And then this one stays kind of between, and then that one goes there. That's all there is to it. And then you just kind of fluff them out and make them pretty. Just kind of place them how you'd like, and that's all there is to this wonderful bow. And can you imagine how hard this would have been if you had tried to if you had tried to do this by hand and hold this much ribbon, especially as thick as this is. So there we are. Here is our gorgeous bow, and I have two little things that I need to do to finish. Of course, I'm going to want two tails, and I like my tails coming out of the back of the bow. So for my second tail, I just cut a piece of ribbon, add a little piece of wire, and just wire it on to the back, because I like all of my tails coming out from the back. So you just wire those two little pieces of wire together. And then the second thing I'm going to do, because I started with a little green wire, I'm going to cover that with a piece of chenille in white. You could use white or red, it doesn't matter, but I just like to cover that piece of green wire, and I'm just going to wire that off at the end, and it'll be our finished bow. So there we are. I have wired on the second tail, and if you look in there very closely, I have put the little piece of white chenille tie in there and have covered that green wire. Of course, we want it to be perfect. And there is our gorgeous, finished, big, gorgeous velvet bow. I hope you enjoy.